Hey, what's up, babies?
Babies.
Babies.
Kate, I just got a text message, Ty. Kate's power just went out.
That's good.
So it went out
That's good.
at exactly 8 p.m. So I don't know if she's going to be joining us unless it comes back on. But so for all of you Kate fans out there, you may be going Kateless tonight. I apologize for that. It's not our fault. It's an act of God.
It is.
Act of God. Let's share this baby out. If everybody, please share the link. Go and click the button, click the arrow, click share, ring the bell, help the boys. You know, that's all we ask for.
That's right. I can't see. Oh, there it is. I see it now.
Ring the bell. I'm pushing the button, ringing the bell.
Ringing the bell, doing the thing. Man, I hope we get Kate in the building. You know it?
I hope we have Kate every day.
Love to see Kate in the building. But hey.
How's your day, bye-bye?
First things first, we hope for her safety.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I hope for her safety. It's I don't hope that she's not safe.
That's right. My day, let me think. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good day. As far as days go. Nothing extremely special. My laptop is fucking up, but you know, why wouldn't it? It's not like it's
what's happening? What's wrong with it?
It's not charging, and it's just being a genuine, just an asshole. If it was a man or a person, I just think it was an asshole. But
yeah.
How was your day?
It was good, man. I had a visitor, a distanced visitor, but I'd like to thank our dear friend, fan of the show, Marco Andretti, for bringing me this.
Look at that.
You see that?
Look at that.
The whole hog.
Oh, man.
The whole hog.
I like shirts.
I don't say that very often on the podcast, the whole hog, but I say it a lot on Instagram. So if any of you gang want to follow me there or
cross promote the term.
Cross promote, whole hog. It's a lifestyle.
What we like to do here, as the people know, we like to cross promote.
We do the whole fucking hog.
Yeah, but so that's pretty cool. I like shirts too. I would love a shirt. I just don't have a saying.
Yeah, I think if you had a saying, he would have checked into t-shirts for you. But unfortunately, now you did come up with ring the bell. That was your saying.
Yeah.
It actually, the full saying is ring the bell, king.
Ring the bell, king. Yeah,
king. Like,
which when we say it to Kate, obviously it's queen.
She's a king in her own right too. You could see.
Right. We don't want to be saying.
We don't want to make a whole thing of it. But
what are your thoughts on kings and queens? Are you a fan of the royals?
I'm not. That seems so stupid to me.
It's a weird thing, isn't it?
It's so weird. It's so dumb.
Did you see Prince? What's his name? Harry's having a rough go of it though. Out there on his own.
Is he having a rough? Didn't he leave on his own?
But I think he's regretting it.
Well,
I think he's wishing.
I think usually when you walk away from infinite money and power, you probably regret that, right? I
just don't understand where the
girlfriend made him do it. You think she made him do it?
I think she had a say. I think she had a say in it.
Yeah.
But if you're
dumb,
the whole
royal thing seems dumb.
Why would you leave though? I don't know. I guess it's hard to. I mean, we're so far from being royals.
Well, our entire culture is based on hating royals.
Oh, wait a second here. Mike Mader says the Phillies use the term "ring the bell." So
do they?
They might.
Did they use it for my bolo tie out? I have it tucked in. I don't want that tucked in.
Do they? They might.
Oh, I don't know. Mike, they may or may not use it, but they don't say king at the end. So they have to make it's our thing.
Yeah, we've added king, and that makes it ours. And don't come at us, Mike.
Yeah, don't come at us, Mike. If you don't
come on, you don't want this smoke. You don't want the smoke, Mike.
No, kings and queens are dumb as hell, man. Our entire country is based on sticking it to the king.
Yeah.
Now, the fact that we have one person who's still in charge of our entire country is kind of weird.
Yeah, that's kind of strange.
It's not a king. Like the king, the whole king queen thing is really bizarre. And now it's even more bizarre, especially in Europe, because the queen can't do a lot. She can't.
Do you think she could even get online?
I don't think she wants to. She's like 90.
But like if you're the queen, shouldn't
you
be able to
get on TikTok?
Yeah, you should be like on Instagram. That's what's weird. Like number one family has been like kings and queens in that country forever. Like that's weird.
Yeah.
That one family was just super lucky. And that's
how they get determined. Like it's how I thought about that before. Is who determined
the first
you're it. Now, obviously, there were like people would, it'd be wars and this kingdom would overthrow the other kingdom, and then they must inbreed, right? Wouldn't that be a necessity? Is that brothers and sisters get married because they need to keep the bloodline? I haven't watched Game of Thrones, but I assume it's in there.
There's all those rumors, man. There's that, that's where the, some of their physical attributes come from long lines of inbreeding.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know. I don't know if that's
attributes.
What's funny though? I don't know. I kind of wanted Kate to be here when we talked about this because I'm sure she has some hot takes on the issue.
Oh,
but I am well, in theory, my mom did Ancestry.com.
Yeah. You're related to a king?
Guess what? Got the results. Guess what? They're all dead.
Well,
they're all dead.
What, the kings and queens, you mean?
No, my whole relatives that we found out who I had, they're all dead. Every single one of them.
Well, I think that's true for everybody, right?
I know. What a sad day for me. I just found out I had all these family members, and then I find out they're dead.
Hundreds of years ago, they died. It sucks. It's a really... it's the stupidest thing I've heard.
No, but my mom found out.
Devastating.
Well, they said...
Devastating.
What?
It's devastating to find out they're all dead.
To find out, I was excited for this news, and then
great Nana, great Nana Rothrock.
It's like,
she died in the 1800s.
For the exchange of your DNA, we will tell you all your dead ancestors.
I can't believe you did that. I didn't
do it. So my mom did it, which brings me back. They told her. And I don't know how accurate this shit is. They told her she was a descendant of Marie Antoinette.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Is it? I think it's the worst one.
Why?
Because you want to be related to a royal. But then you don't want to be related to the only one that kind of got her head chopped off for being bad.
Yeah, but she was like... Actually, I forget.
I was this close. I was this close to being a royal. If she didn't have to... fuck it up.
What did she get her head cut off for? I forget. Was she a
treason? I think treason.
Okay.
I would guess.
Do you think we all eventually date back to a king at some point?
Yeah.
Like because you almost have to, because there were only so many kingdoms.
Yeah, I think, and also I think Ancestry.com, they just also tell you that you're related to a famous person because they know you can't really. Yeah. See,
my mom just said they told our aunt that too.
Yeah.
So what are the odds?
Well, that's what I was just saying. I think they just say it because they know you can't fact check it.
Well, is there something crazy there? And this is fact checked that it's some like maybe 0.5% or some really small percentage, but a percentage nonetheless of the world population has ancestry dating back to Genghis Khan because Genghis Khan, he raped so many people.
Yeah.
That there's a big chunk of the population that has his
Genghis Khan. Who's Genghis Khan?
King of the leader of the Mongols.
Huh.
Yeah, let me pop this boy up here real quick.
I know there's a song named Genghis Khan, but I didn't know.
Genghis Khan children. I'm going to look up here.
the children of Genghis Khan.
Okay, the first thing that comes up. 1 in 200 men. This can't be right. This seems like an internet thing. 1 in 200 men are direct descendants of Genghis Khan.
Okay.
Discover magazine. I don't know.
Well, that's a good source. Obviously,
it's not terrible.
Not a bad source at all.
Well, either way, little fact for you.
Well, yeah. Have you ever done? Well, your mom clearly did it. Your mom clearly did.
No, she didn't either. Her aunt.
Oh.
They told her aunt that. She didn't do it. I didn't do it. I don't want to do it. I mean, it seems silly, but I just don't want to have my DNA on file somewhere from.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's a private company. So
yeah.
You know how when you give your email address to a private company and they say they're not going to sell it, and then they just do anyway?
Yeah, and then one day the government's like, "Hey, we're going to give you the stimulus check, but don't worry about giving. We have all the stuff." And you're like,
or
who sold it to you? This is how they got it.
Or even with the DNA type stuff, if you give it to whatever company and they sell it off, all of a sudden in 15 years from now, you're getting marketing materials because they know from your DNA that maybe you're diabetic or that you have this, and you're being marketed to from your private medical information that you unwittingly gave away.
Yeah, but Jen Marks, Jen Marks brings up it's too late. She's probably right. They probably
too late for what? You saying they already have it somewhere?
They probably have all of our stuff.
I don't think they have. I think we were born because we were born in the 80s and they weren't doing too much of this shit yet. Like babies born today, I always wonder if they take a little bit of the hospital, take some of the blood or something, and like sends it off to the CIA.
Yeah,
Chris Lewis checking in.
One of the most prolific bell ringers we have.
He's a whole hogger. Nancy Nadolski, Tim Fry, you're a genius. What a great comment. Thank you, Nance. Thank you, Nance.
Man, it's really
that Genghis Khan blood.
It's sobering not having Kate here. Sobering.
It is sobering. I wish she. You know what? Do you think she's lying about this power outage?
Well,
do you think she just didn't want to talk to us or deal with us?
I thought that for a second. I thought for a quick second. Jen Marks says game off for babies these days. I believe you mean game on for babies.
I think she meant game off. It seems like, I don't know what that means, but.
Well, the opposite of game on. Game off is if you're talking to somebody. And
Game over.
Game over. I like game off. I think I want that to.
Game off, boys.
Like if you're like in an argument with somebody and they fight back and then you're ready to go to war. You go game on.
Right.
But what if you're talking to somebody and you're not ready to go to war? You say game off. Oh. Chris Lewis, they say it lost power on West Bethlehem, so maybe she's probably not
right.
lying.
But Chris Lewis, his phone works. The internet works on his phone.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
Kate, if you're hearing us, come back. Come back to the boys.
We need you.
Well, speaking about sobering and sobriety.
Okay.
You have a story for us.
I stumbled upon a story today.
Let me ask you how you got the story.
Oh, I just check the internet all day, every day for stories. For hot content. So
power's back on. Kate, you have no excuse.
Yeah.
Get back.
In England and in Wales, they're starting to give people who are accused or who are convicted of alcohol-related crimes, so your DUIs and what have you, they put ankle bracelets on them, and the ankle bracelets monitor your sweat alcohol level.
Whew.
So if you get in trouble with any kind of alcohol-related crime, they don't necessarily put you in jail or anything like that. This is like the first step of punishment, and it's almost like a public shaming because you have to wear this thing.
Yeah.
And if you have a drink or whatever like that, I guess it's situated in a way that even if you're not exerting yourself, it picks up some sweat. And I
was gonna say, because all you gotta do is keep that heart rate down.
No, I guess it's
keep it down, boy.
Keep it cold.
The more alcohol, the better that is. So
what if you got really, now we're talking about it. What if you got hammered, but you got like a Yeti cooler and you put your whole leg in the Yeti cooler?
Yeah, imagine that solves the thing right there.
Problem solved potentially. Yeah. But it's still a good idea. I think it's a good idea for a punishment because
like a scarlet letter for alcoholism.
Well, because here, again, I don't know what all the laws are like there, but in America, you can get a DUI, and basically, if you have $5,000, your DUI goes away, and if you don't, they take your license and they make sure you can't go to work for a couple of months. So it's sort of here. It doesn't make any sense because as long as you have money,
right,
the law doesn't count as much.
Right.
At least maybe this is a thing that you can still go to work, you can still drive, but if we find out you have a drink, you're going to go to jail.
Two comments coming in, and I hate to. I'm going to say the first one because it's funny, and the second one, I really hate to put Tim on the spot. Hopefully he prepares.
Seems like you don't hate it.
Nancy says, "What do whales know?" Oh, Nancy, we're talking about Wales, the land, the country.
I hope she knew that.
No, because
it wouldn't be Europe and then the animal whales. Like all of Europe plus several.
Well, also whales don't have ankles, Nancy. You knew that, right? She had to know that.
They have a bay of balleens. You know what a baleen is, Ty?
Not a clue. Not the
a baleen is like the big whale mustache. This thing.
Oh shit!
And it filters all the krill out of the water. So when they're snacking on that krill,
gotta hate that krill. You hate that krill.
No, they love the krill. That's what they eat.
I'm saying we hate that krill.
We hate the krill. If we had baleens, we'd use it to filter. We take the krill and we'd throw it away.
Well, in a way, you have a baleen. That's a baleen.
If it were over the mouth, and if I were in sort of a krill area, yes. But either way, whales cannot get enough krill. So either way, Baleen. Now you know what a Baleen is. Anybody out there, if you want to hashtag Baleen,
smart guy.
We're gonna have a Baleen giveaway later this week.
Very smart co-host, I got to be honest with you.
And I just wish you're not going for the Chris Lewis comment, but I know you're going to.
I'm gonna go for it. I want the viewers to have some context because you did fight a battle with LaCroix, and LaCroix is obviously for Nancy. It's a drink company.
Oh, they can put it on the screen now. That's even more embarrassing. All right.
Yeah, that's right there. What's the context? Can you give a quick synopsis?
The context is very quickly. A friend of ours, friend of the show, Keaton Yo, and I used to make unpaid commercials for LaCroix seltzer water, in hopes that they would repost our commercials and maybe one day pay us for it. We made fun commercials. They were fun. They were silly. They were better than LaCroix's actual marketing by a lot. LaCroix never got back to us. We received a ton of heat, though, right? A ton of people. LaCroix is a very polarizing thing.
I was one of them. I'll be honest.
You were a hater, but then some people, she's on the show. She's a fan of the show. Ashley Gerenzer comes out. She's a defender of it.
Of the product, of the product. I loved the commercials. I hate the product. That's the problem.
Well, that was kind of the joke, though. It was such an uncool product.
You got to have a
seltzer water with very little flavoring.
But you got to have a heel. If you don't have a heel, what's the point?
Right. But we kind of hung up our spurs, our LaCroix spurs, because they weren't getting back to us. We said, forget it. There's Polar, whatever. We're going to go for them.
Polar. Just Polar.
Polar.
Right here, baby.
Not Polar Spring. Polar. You're ready to go. You're locked and loaded.
No free ads. No free ads.
That's
it. That's all.
Either way, to this day, Chris Lewis is a big LaCroix hater. I got found out today. So either way.
The thing is, the one thing I'll give LaCroix, they were decent mixers for alcoholic drinks.
LaCroix, if you ever get yourself a grapefruit LaCroix, they call it pamplemousse because they're a little pretentious, but you get yourself a grapefruit LaCroix, all right, in the cup. Cranberry juice in the cup. Tito's vodka in the cup. You got yourself a good drink.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Good. All right. Well, good.
Nancy Nadolski, she's leaving us because her humor sucks. What? Never said that, Nancy.
Nancy, we didn't say that to you. We would never say something like that.
Have you ever had the coconut? People are trashing the coconut.
It's pretty fucking bad. I tried all the coconut seltzers from any brand are really bad. They taste terrible. I got the Wegmans kind of yeah. So also we should all keep in mind that flavored seltzer water doesn't taste good at all.
I like it. I like
seltzer water because it's enjoyable to drink. But if you're going to compare it, people are like, it's comparing it to soda. It's not going to taste like soda.
Yeah.
Ever.
Never.
You know how many teaspoons of sugar are in one can of soda, Ty?
Can I guess?
7.
I was gonna
guess. 7. Seven teaspoons of sugar. Do you know how many teaspoons of sugar are supposed to be in your blood flow? How many teaspoons are supposed to be shooting around in your blood at any given time? Do you know how many? How many your pancreas is designed to take care of?
Should I guess?
Go ahead. 1 teaspoon.
Fuck you.
There's 1 teaspoon. 7 in 1 can of soda. 1 is what your body's designed to take care of. It's poison, Tyler. It's poison. And then you're going to wonder why delicious, LaCroix. I don't know why I'm defending him. I'm so programmed to defend.
I know.
I shouldn't be.
No free ads.
No free ads. Christina High lies coconut with rum rules. Well, yeah, Christina, with rum, it's way better.
Anything's good with alcohol.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I forgot that soda or orange juice or seltzer, anything had a purpose other than a mixer.
Oh, those were a couple years for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
2011.
We have some kind of bad news too before we get into Should we try to call Kate? I want to. It just doesn't feel right without her. You hate to see her.
She texted us. She said she's cursed, and
I think she's
still out.
I think she just hates us, to be honest.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I would say she's tired of us. She hates us. She hates the fans, especially.
She did. Well, we know that she hates the fans.
It's a real bummer. Ty, you watch these fans. Where's big fan Naomi? She's not coming to see the boys. She's only here when Kate.
It's kind of fake. It's a fake friendship. And you know what? Like, it hurts my feelings because I thought me and Naomi had a bonding moment. And
what was the moment?
Well, we chatted on the phone. It was a three-way call. We were all talking after a show one night. Naomi, had some.
Naomi. You call her Naomi?
Yeah, I call her Nay. Nay. She called me Tai. It was it was a gas.
Oh, like the restaurant.
No, like the name, like TYTY kind of thing. You know what? And it's just those times are over for me. I'm sorry. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got some
that you were talking about.
Well, you brought up to me the air pollution in China's.
Oh, the sad news. I was thinking that's just predictable news. I mean, we all knew it was going to happen, right?
We did talk about this like week 2. We were like, oh my God, the one benefit to this is that air pollution's going down, but we're like, but when it comes back, it's probably going to get worse.
Yeah,
and because China, I think we all saw, and we're all seeing these like crazy. The animals are getting emboldened to me. The squirrel.
Oh yeah, there were eagles outside of my house today.
Yeah, I saw an
huge eagles.
I've seen the biggest bird I've ever seen.
Yeah,
3 times. Like I saw one big bird, and then 2 days later, I was like, now that's the biggest bird I've ever seen. And then a couple days later, I'm like, God, now that's the biggest bird.
Get out of here.
Seen. It's almost like maybe it was the same bird just growing fast. I don't know.
They're probably eating because they're eating good. They're probably growing day by day.
People are probably feeding them.
We're going to be in a situation, Ty.
You think
we're faced man v bird?
You hate to see that because they're getting bigger, they're getting stronger.
They have powerful. Yeah, they have beaks. Ty, they got beaks on them.
Have you ever gone head to head with any type of bird?
Beak to head.
You've gone beak to head with a bird?
No, I'm saying that's the reality.
Have you ever gone like
no, sir.
Face to beak with a bird?
No, never.
They're intimidating. Even the smallest of the birds, when you get up close to them, you're gonna wish you aren't there. You're gonna wish you aren't there.
I wish I had I'm sure I have it on my phone, but I have to scroll and I don't want to do that right now. But my grandfather, this is back when the news was the news is already kind of bullshit, but back when you could just do almost anything and it would make the newspaper.
Yeah.
My grandpa was driving in town here in Tadamy and saw a young like a chicken running around the farm.
How old?
Huh?
How old?
6 months.
Okay.
Young chicken, not fully developed.
Yep.
Sees a hawk come down.
Get out.
The hawk comes down, grabs the chicken.
How old's the hawk? How old's the hawk? If you would think.
Adult, prime,
middle age,
30, 35 in bird years.
Got a job,
bird years
at home.
It's a killer. Killer.
Grabs
the chicken, tries to get away, but drops the chicken. It's going to come back for the chicken. My grandfather pulls off the side of the road, runs into the field, grabs a stick out of the field, beats the hawk to death.
Kills the hawk.
As it's coming down to get the bird, cracks it out of the sky.
Oh, God.
The hawk hits the ground. Grandfather just beats the shit out of this bird, kills it.
What did the bird do? Did they have beef? Did they have a history?
It was trying to kill the baby.
But before that, there was probably other stuff before that, a history.
Well, it was probably a Nazi sympathizer, if you're asking me.
Oh, my God, it could be.
I mean, my grandfather, he fought in World War II, so he probably found out this hawk was a Nazi sympathizer. Also, in case you didn't know, a lot of the Nazi paraphernalia
features hawks. It does feature
the hawks.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So either way, I have the newspaper clipping about this thing happening, but I can't
read this. Oh, you don't know where it is.
I have a picture on my phone, but it's going to take me 5 minutes to scroll. So I'll bring it up tomorrow or another day.
Is there like an article? Is there like
it's so funny.
Does it describe that he's beating it to death?
Yes, it's insane. If my mom is still on, she can confirm this. But yeah, it's really fucked up. But I kept thinking about it today because there's these eagles are kind of intimidating, like you said. They're huge.
Oh man!
And I have both my dogs are relatively small, and I have a baby. I don't think they would go for a toddler, but you still don't know. And I'm just thinking, I hope I can live up to my grandfather's standards of beating this bitch to death.
Especially that type of hawk that your grandfather was messing with. Those kind of, with their political views. Those
they have very, very inflammatory ideologies, and they're
right. And you hate, hopefully we've, eradicated that system of beliefs from our birds, but you never know.
Chris wants to know. Chris,
this is a great question, Chris. This is a very good question, and I have a lot of strong opinions on human versus bird fighting, and I think we're overmatched, to be honest.
Well, I asked you about this, Ty. Do you remember? What? I think I used the example of a goose. Would you rather fight one 200-pound goose?
No, you said
or
duck.
200 1-pound geese. Okay, ducks, whatever.
Well, I'm choosing the.
I forget what you said. Did you go 1-on-1?
No, I'm going. I'd rather go 1-on-1.
With a 200-pounder.
Yep.
You mentioned the beak size.
I know, and here's the thing. It's
like a guillotine.
It's a lose-lose, is in my opinion. Because I've been matched up against smaller geese, and actually, I barely got out alive. That's the problem. So I know for a fact, 100, let's call them 10-pound geese.
Yeah,
we're overmatched.
Yeah,
one versus overmatched. The situation you've presented, Tim.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking up a goose pick. Sorry.
Lose. It's a lose. Can't do it.
A standard goose.
We're talking
probably what, 10, 15 pounds?
Yeah.
How much do you think they weigh?
Like an adult, a full grown?
Yeah,
like
full grown.
Like a beefy one? Probably 20 lbs.
So
if we're using the American system.
Yeah, we are. That'd be about roughly 8 kilograms if you wanted to do that. But a 1-pound goose would be very small. If there are 200 1-pounders, might not be that big of a deal.
The thing is, though, how many are you getting through before it starts to become? You got to factor in your fatigue. You got to factor in the multiple angles of attack that 100 1-pound, the crevices and the nooks and crannies these geese can find.
Right.
Alarming. Totally.
They go for the nooks and crannies.
That's all, and they know that.
They go for it.
Chris says people get demolished by average geese. That's because as a society, we're overmatched. We are not at the top of the food chain. We are under geese. And he's right. He wants to know why. And it's because we don't teach it in school. We don't teach how to fight. Geese fight in school.
No.
Not one class. Let me ask you. We got 12 people watching. Nice. Big time numbers here for us. How many of those 12 have ever been taught how to fend off a goose in school? Gym class. We play badminton. Not one class does the teacher throw a couple geese into the gym or the cafeteria and have a bunch of the students fend for themselves. Well, what do you expect? When the time comes, guess what? Ill prepared as a society.
Well, when it becomes society versus the birds, we're going to be in big trouble because, you know what? We do have a proud tradition as humans of eradicating entire species of birds. Let's not forget about the passenger pigeon.
Well, why do you think
the dodo bird, the albatross? Oh, you're saying this is a revenge thing?
Yeah. If you saw some of your, let's call them relatives, be treated that way and be removed from the face of Earth, do you think you would like that species?
No.
Or would you seek revenge?
Well, that's why I talk about the apes so often. The apes are working in concert with the birds, with the geese. The apes have been oppressed for so many years. They're testing on them in the labs, right? They're making them super smart, super strong. And then when they get too certain strong, what do? They gas them.
Yep.
Birds.
No, it's a big time
birds
problem.
out there in the tree. The birds out there in the tree looking in through the window to the lab sees the entire thing, start to finish. Sees a regular ape become super strong. The gas comes in. Ape is dead. The scientist throws them out in the dumpster. The bird thinks, "I'm next."
Right. It has, what do they call it? Like a inferior. It's not an inferiority complex, but it's got a
survival, like a survival instinct.
It's kind of got like that Napoleon complex,
like a chip on its shoulder.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna, these people, I'm gonna go hard at them every chance I get. Because then what the other part, what the goose knows, and this is for Chris. As he says, use your hands here. That's the issue. Most of us are too scared to use our hands against to go. Most people, I mean, there's no scientific evidence, but most people are scared of hand-to-hand hand to beak combat with a goose.
Right. I am. You ever getting bit by a goose? You ever got bit by a goose?
Never been close enough.
I'll tell you this. That way. I've been bit by a goose. It's not, they don't draw blood, but they latch on with these weird little textured, the inside of their beaks are all textured.
Like what? Like if you had to compare it to a thing.
God.
Like pennies? Like
dangerous sandpaper.
Like the edges of a dime.
Deeper than the edges of a dime.
A quarter. And, a quarter.
$50. So it grabs onto you and it bites fast like this. Fast bites.
Yep.
Typewriter. 500 in a minute. Bites. It's not drawing blood, but now I want you to imagine here. I want you to imagine this bird is now 10, 15 times the size. It's eating good. Now it's got your whole arm in there. And
those
ridges are now 2 inches deep. They're basically teeth at this point.
Right. It's like yeah. So that's different. Well, if we haven't ruined the viewers' nights now, I mean, I can't blame people for not watching any longer. I can't, it's hard to face these fears, and some people during these times want to turn a blind eye to it. But if we can probably offer any advice out there, teach your children, teach your loved ones how to defend themselves against these birds, because guess what? They are teaching their young. You don't think geese moms and dads aren't teaching their young how to get us?
I don't know what to say anymore. It's going so far.
I actually got into this.
Well, because now even though I know it's not real,
I'm
starting to convince myself that this could be a real issue.
Yeah,
because these hawks, I'm telling you, these eagles, wherever the hell they were out here, and they were scoping at my house. There's birds living in my if you have like a window unit air conditioner, they're living in that pocket right outside. I can hear them.
Yeah, you hear them
screwing around. Yeah,
they're plotting.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be careful because birds. And the last issue I'll say about this, the last advantage the bird has over us is obviously flight. That's obvious, but it in many ways it's an advantage because, where the saying "a bird's eye view" comes from a bird.
From the birds,
and there's so much intelligence happening. They can gather so much intel on us from the skies. Why do you think
even know they're there?
Drones. Why do you think we do surveillance on other countries from the sky? Birds are doing that on us every hour of every day. And
I hadn't thought that word.
Paul, I was just on me and Paul have a show earlier. I did talk about birds on that too. I talked
about their superiors.
No. I talked about I had a situation with a baby bird, and this is kind of where I get. I'll tell the story again. I apologize.
Yeah, tell us.
I apologize if people have heard this for the second time tonight.
Go on.
Yeah, George, give him a message. Give Paul a message. If Kate's not in, let's bring Paul in. I don't know if he can hear us. So this dates us, maybe 10 years ago. I'm with a friend of ours, mutual friend. I'm not going to name names. Of course, everybody knows that I don't name names if they've been listening.
Does not name names.
I do not name names unless, of course, it's a bird. So we're leaving this fellow's apartment, and we see on the sidewalk a bird that cannot go airborne, an injured bird,
right,
if you will. So, being the nice men we are, we called the animal control SPCA. I forget what number it was, and the lady said that she'll come out, but we need to buy some time. So, put the bird in a nice, comfortable habitat,
right.
And she'll be out as soon as she can. So we poked a couple holes in a shoebox, threw some carrots. We did throw some.
Birds love carrots.
We threw some Doritos in there. That's a mistake. Looking back, would not have given the bird Doritos.
Because you think it's going to get a taste for human food, or because you think it's bad for the bird?
Either way, it's probably not the right choice.
Okay.
And so we make this habitat for this bird, and the lady comes out and she opens the box. She takes one look at it, and she says, "This isn't an injured bird. This is a baby bird. You just ruined this bird's life. Its mother won't take it back to the nest now. It's just a baby bird." And I was like, "Lady, I don't know how old birds are. Okay. I can't tell. It just looked like a bird that couldn't fly. I couldn't ask for identification on the bird."
Right. So how could you possibly? Was there a mother bird hanging around that you would have known?
No, I mean, there was trees around. There might have been a nest up there.
Right.
The mother bird didn't come after me. She didn't make her presence known.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing. Now I find out I just basically it's a dead bird flying. It's a dead bird. So, imagine how I felt. I just ruined this.
Well, I mean, now after the conversation we just had, you actually spared a human life, probably.
Well,
that bird would have grown up. Well, what did you do with the bird then? What happened?
I raised it as my own.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You're a damn liar.
I raised it as my own.
Where's the bird? I don't remember you telling me about your bird friend.
Bird goes to Slippery Rock University.
Yeah. Where's that bird? What happened to that bird?
I don't know what happened to that bird.
What did you do to the bird?
I lost contact with the bird. I lost contact with the bird.
Where'd you leave it?
I lived with the lady. The lady took it, all pissed off. She
did take it.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to make a point and be like, "This bird's done," and just walk away.
Like, "No, she got mad. She basically treated me as if I just left a baby at the front step of a fire station." There he is.
Bird expert in the house.
No, Tyler's the bird expert because he's the one. 2 weeks in a row, maybe even 3 weeks in a row, we have had some kind of bird conversation.
Well, what are you talking about?
Dude, 2 weeks ago, we debated whether we could fight a goose.
Yeah, you showed the goose video.
See, wait, you had an identical conversation about fighting geese, and you didn't bring it up today?
I forgot about it. Paul brings up videos. And the one video was can you bring it up right now?
No. George has the control of that.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, I can send him.
I was making sure you knew your place in this show. You got no. Right?
I don't even give
Paul.
a fuck.
Paul brought up a video of a guy getting beat up by a goose. Like Chris referenced, there's a bunch of these videos going around, and then the 200-pound other thing didn't come into play, but I forget exactly what we said, Paul. Did you say you could take I'm on the side of you can't.
Yeah, you were on the side that you can't fight a goose before, and I'm 100% that I could take a goose.
Paul's never want to fight.
One powerful kick, I think you could take out a regular goose.
You guys are wrong.
You want to keep your hands out of it. You want to kick.
Dude, I think one punch to the face, maybe you could grab it by the neck or something. But like, maybe if there's a whole bunch of geese, then you might be in trouble. But one solitary goose, I could fuck up.
Look at this. Look at this.
Look at the face on that.
You've never been face to face with one of these.
That looks like a dinosaur.
And obviously, look at this. Look at the. Where are you going to punch this on the face? There's such a small target.
Now look at him. Look, they're using their necks as extra weapons.
You're acting like they're fast.
They don't look slow. I've seen you walk, and it ain't fast.
I'm sending George the video right now. So
look at that goose crip walking. You see that goose doing a crip walk?
Look at this man. This guy.
I've seen this video. He tries to fight the goose. Yeah, the goose and him get into it.
You're saying the guy starts it?
He's probably walking to a meeting. He's like,
he's walking right now, and the goose is like, "Yo, motherfucker, this is my turf." And then they go. Okay, he's like, "Yo," and he's like, "Ah, shit."
I got a newspaper. Get out. Get. And then he's like,
see, and then he goes back.
Look at. He's retreating. The man is retreating. He knows.
The goose stands his ground.
Look at this. The guy's swinging. The goose isn't even moving his head. Look at this.
Yeah, but see, he's just flying. He's what's that?
Oh yes,
He's rope-a-doping him. He's just backing up.
Yeah, this guy.
Back.
You know what? This guy has this coming. He could have.
Oh, now he's gonna put it.
He could have gotten away from the goose the first time, but he decided to swat at it and then instigate.
This opponent uses flight. It uses flight again. Look at this woman has to come to the rescue now. Are you okay, Doug? Doug, are you okay?
Why is
the goose being mean to you again, Doug?
Yeah.
Look at him. Oh, look, he tries to kick him.
And it does it to no.
Goose just keeps going for more.
You know, in this case, I'm on the goose's team. I'm sorry to say it.
Thank you.
I'm not usually pro goose, but in this case,
I mean, I've seen a bunch of these videos. They never ever go well for the human. Look at this guy's even got a.
That was a great cutscene though with the goose.
Nobody's gonna put a video of them body slamming a goose on the internet.
Then
PETA's gonna come after him.
You think there's a conspiracy against him?
Yeah. Chris Lewis mentions that the geese are dicks. He wants to know if the bird's name is Matt for some reason.
My brother. You can't put videos of you hurting animals. You can only put up videos of animals hurting you. You can't put up videos of you hurting animals back.
Well, now it's animal on animal. We need to see some animal on animal.
See, there's some duck. I said I could fight a duck too.
Wow.
Ducks aren't as powerful as geese, I don't think. No.
Look at this.
Tyler's argument was I was going on their turf.
That's true too. You can't predict how the fight will go on the opponent's turf.
That's a big goose. Look at the size of that goose.
Whoa, 2-on-2. Look at this. This guy thinks no way.
And he's grabbing. Did you see the guy grabbing his coat as like trying to make himself look bigger, like it's a mountain lion or something?
Yeah, he's like, I know that's a members only, man. I'll rip right through that shit.
Right here. Here's his move.
I got a jacket on. I got my keys rattling around. It's like this goose is like I had seen bigger jackets on children.
I mean, look at that goose's neck, though. That goose is jacked.
Yeah, it probably does lifting. It probably lifts.
Yeah, that goose fights people.
Look at that neck on that thing. Oh boy, it's like a snake.
That's not a regular goose, right? That's a special kind of.
Look at the goose goes. The goose pecks right at the wiener, dude.
Oh, he grabs his neck. The guy's got a hold of his neck. They don't show. I bet you that guy snaps that goose's neck. You see they cut it off at the end?
Nah, man, that guy couldn't do it.
That's a junkyard goose.
He didn't have it in him. That guy.
The kind of goose that in the impound lot, they got those geese running around.
This is this guy's fault. He's in their turf. I mean, he deserves it.
He's gone. Done. They found that guy weeks later.
See, this lady was minding her own business, and this goose is like, yo.
Look at the neck on that guy. Oh, baby. You got to be careful. Now, this is that same goose from earlier. All right.
You know, as soon as you think it's safe to walk around the park with a pocket full of breadcrumbs, you're met with a goose attack.
The problem is, too, all you're trying to do is feed them.
That's the same pathway.
Yeah.
That's the same pathway as the other goose attack. I think it's like a popular goose attack area. This goose is 6 feet tall.
Set up a camera.
This goose is at least 7 feet tall. Minimum. Look at this guy. Look at this goose. Pause this, George. Keep it right here. Look at his shorts.
Let's look at this guy for a little bit.
Look at the shorts on this fella.
If this guy if he didn't ride there in a hatchback Volkswagen Jetta.
Oh, like drop down a little bit. His ashtray is full of it's just cigarettes and Red Bull or NOS. He's wearing Vans. He's got his Vans on and his hat with the brim still intact.
Yeah. He works at PacSun.
You're literally describing 3 of the things that I like.
PacSun, NOS, and Vans.
You should get a job at PacSun.
Vans.
I mean, these
tried. They never took me.
They never took you.
The geese go after babes too.
Dude, when I was a kid, I was just like, I'm just going to work at all the places I like. That's the thing. And then every place was like, nah, bro, we don't need you. And I was like, fuck, man.
Hey, did you ever go for a job interview at PacSun?
I did.
What were the questions that they asked you? Are you like chill?
Yeah, are you like chill? And I was like, I'm kind of chill. And they're like, I don't know if you're chill enough.
Are you like vibing or nah?
No, they weren't like that when I went.
Did you drop it on like a fucking vert ramp or what, dude?
I skated when I was younger.
PacSun doesn't exist anymore, right?
Hey, Chris said
it's still around.
Oh my goodness.
PacSun sucks. No free ads. Go shop at amateur athlete. Shop local.
Oh yeah, what's the local athlete store?
Amateur athlete.
We just
Is
said
that what it's called?
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, what?
What if you think you're pro? Do you just like, I can't shop at
You just go to the professionals. The back room at Amateur Athletes, the pro section.
Around the corner, it's professional athlete.
Yeah.
They sneak you in the VIP section because you're better. You're better.
Paul, what are you up to? You're in North Carolina. You were in New York City. You know.
He's got the website up. Jeez, he's fast.
That was really fast.
I'm just bored as shit. That's
you're
completely available to come on this immediately.
That's not everybody's available.
That's everybody. There's nobody at 8:30 on a Tuesday during quarantine that's not free.
It's funny. I watched the golf match on Sunday. It was like the first live golf, and everybody. And this isn't a political statement.
Good.
Donald Trump called in. That's how little people have to do. And he's got the most to do.
Where?
He's got the most to do.
To NBC. He called in and he was chatting for like 20 minutes.
When? Today?
Sunday.
Oh.
I thought the match was this Sunday.
Tiger Woods versus Phil is this Sunday. Big time.
With the GOAT.
Tiger's the GOAT.
No, Tom Brady is the GOAT.
Shut the George.
Isn't it? It's Tom and Phil versus Peyton and Tiger.
Yeah. Tim doesn't know about any of this shit.
No, I saw his eyes glaze over.
Yeah, I'm glad that you guys know about it. I know about birds and bird fights, and that's about.
Chris Lewis says you go to PacSun if you're pro.
He's right.
Yeah. All right, Paul. You want to stay for the rest? You want to chill with us for a little?
It doesn't matter. I'll hang.
Yeah, hang. We got because
what else college.
You want to talk college online courses? You taking any?
I'm taking a YouTube masterclass.
Oh shit! And what? Which one?
YouTube.
Oh, like a masterclass in YouTube?
Is it on YouTube? That'd be funny if it wasn't.
I mean, it's on Udemy or whatever. UDEMY.
Can't even.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking. They sell a lot of different stuff.
It's an online course like website or whatever.
Is it like how to be like a YouTuber?
Yeah, how to be good at YouTube. It's like everything you need to know about YouTube.
What are you going to be a YouTuber about?
I'm trying to make our show good on YouTube. You fuck.
That's true. That's true. We do have a show.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna. You should do like makeup tutorials.
Well, my goal, maybe I'll do whatever works right now. I mean,
anything.
I got so much time.
You would do anything.
Yeah,
you heard the man.
I have so much time. Dude, do you see Rogan just signed $100 million?
Yeah, we just
put his podcast on Spotify.
We loved seeing that right before we did ours that 9 people watch.
Well, at least George figured out
Rogan
to take down how many people are watching.
Well, Rogan also started off with nobody giving a shit about his show for like a full year. No one really listened to that show, and then it just kept getting more and more. So, yeah, I don't think most people are going to sell theirs for $100 million, but
I think he's the only one that can do that. I think
there's a few other podcasts that are worth a lot of money. I think.
Right?
The first one to do it to Spotify was this podcast called Last Podcast on the Left. It was like a murder mystery podcast. They sold it for a lot of money to Spotify.
That's a political podcast, you dunce.
No, it's not, buddy.
It's about
murders,
unsolved mysteries and shit, right? Murders.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay.
100%.
It's not the left wing. It's like the movie Last House on the Left.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My bad. My bad. I can admit when I'm wrong. Unlike.
Dude, my whole podcast is admitting.
Oh yeah, dude. If you have some extra time and you like Paul, think about that. But watched our last episode. Paul had to sit in the corner for a little bit.
Yeah, I took an aggressive L.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Paul, you went to college though.
I did.
How would you? I don't know anybody. I guess I do know some people that are in college right now, but I don't know how I'd handle this moment in time being in college. It sucks because Tim, you guys both went away to college, right?
Yeah.
So that's like the great part of it, right? The whole fun of college. If you took away living at college, how bad would college have been?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have been fun. It would have still been college. Also, my perspective on college is that it's completely unnecessary. Like I went and I finished it, but there's not a great reason to have gone. So I don't think most kids need to go to college. I think they're convinced they should go to college because their guidance counselors hammered it into their head their entire life.
Right. And well, it sucks that Kate's not here because it was her idea to talk about this, but she brought up a great point, and like, how do you even how do you become a doctor right now? Like, do you Amazon cadavers to your house and like Zoom surgeries on them?
I was hooking up with a nurse that was in the last year of a nursing school when all this started, and they switched it to all online, which is crazy. I don't want.
Is that why you dumped her?
Right. Yeah, I don't want to curse her.
Is that what she did to affect?
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't want to have someone putting your IV in and they only did it virtually.
Yeah, they did a virtual. How do you even do a virtual IV? It's like, what do they have you take out that board game or whatever? And they're like, if we hear a buzz, then you what doctor or whatever that game was, I forget. But yeah, you lose.
Operation.
Yeah. See, Jamie said she's doing online clinicals and virtual patients.
Jamie, how is it? How is the online? Does it suck? Do you feel like you're getting kind of screwed out of the experience you should be getting, or is it working okay?
Well, yeah, because the education is and
you're still paying. That's the thing. You're still paying these people, and they're not giving you the experience you paid for. So how's it supposed to work?
A dickhead like a lazy dude like me, I'd be like, hell yeah, I don't have to go. But it's like, yeah, but then stop.
A lot of colleges, a lot of colleges operate in such a way that it's a business, right? Like the colleges at this point are businesses.
Big business.
They inflate their prices at like 9 to 12% every year. So normal inflation is 2%. College inflation is 12%. Yeah. And it's every year after year after year. And then a lot of them now are laying people off, despite the fact that they still charged all of the students for 2020 full tuition and didn't give any back.
Yeah.
Like they didn't get a refund.
Ponzi scheme, really.
Yeah, you should 100% get a discount on college right now. If you're home taking online classes, like what's that? Like you're basically, I could take the same.
And I know,
classes.
Right?
I know colleges are scrambling to figure it out, and that's fine too. But like, I don't know. Like, I mean, actually, we were just talking about this on ours too, Paul. Like, how like. When we were in high school, you weren't supposed to go. You needed to go to college. Like trades were like when we graduated in 2005, Tim, trades were just starting to be like, hey, that's an option too.
Barely. And they still made the people going to trade school, they made them feel bad. Like they're
right.
fake.
And now we need them more than anything.
Yeah. And they're the only ones that are 23 making $75,000 a year or more, are the people who are electricians, plumbers, that kind of stuff. When I went to school, I remember orientation, like the first day of school. They're like, our graduates, we have 90% of our graduates as soon as school's over, they have a job and they make an average of $80,000 a year. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Not true. It's either not true or the average is because a couple of kids go to work for their parents and they just immediately make $1 million a year. Yeah. And then the rest of us make zero. And the average is the 80.
It's like, well, we forgot to tell you that most of that 90% is people that their parents went here and they also own a hedge fund.
Right.
$80,000 a year being a son and $14,000 a year on their Etsy page.
Well, Jamie, who we asked about the clinical thing, she said that it's absolutely pathetic, the online experience. There's no experience in the hospitals. And she says she doesn't know because you're not allowed to do that much with real patients and real clinicals anyway.
Yeah, but at least you're still around real people watching it happen. Instead of like, dude, like, in my opinion, an online clinical is like watching us right now have this conversation about it. You're not learning anything.
No.
I don't know. Like, I think that's also kind of funny. Like, imagine number one being the nurse for the first time touching a real human. Like, all right, you've been watching videos this whole time. Now you're going to do this on a person, and the person's just sitting there. Like, and then imagine being that person.
Oh, that's a suck. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, you know what? It sucks even if you go to certain hospitals that they're like, university hospitals, right? Yeah. So there's one near us, and it's a good hospital. But the problem is you might be there for something really important, and you have some doctor in training who's doing all of your, like, these aren't people who are real doctors. They just got their job, and they're in charge of delivering your baby or making sure you don't die.
Yeah.
It's not a great, like, I don't want you to cut your teeth on me on the line between dying or not. I'd prefer if you worked under somebody else until you knew what you were doing.
And it's funny that they have like you have like the B shift at hospitals, you know,
right.
like
you don't want the B. There shouldn't be a B shift.
Yeah, I went to. I don't think I told the story here. It's all blending together, man.
Hey, whatever, man. Tell it.
When I got home from a bachelor party in Charleston, and I thought I was having a heart attack. Right, you know, I drank a lot, and I convinced myself I was having a heart attack. My girlfriend at the time, she drove me to the hospital. And I just couldn't be convinced otherwise. And we get in there, and the emergency room doctor was this dude my age. I'm like,
you're like, oh,
it was like Sunday night, 9 p.m. Clearly the B team, and the guy's like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" I'm like, "I'm here, so your mood is weird, you know." And it's just like, this dude has an Instagram, you know, and he's telling me if I'm living or dying. He's like, "I just think you're freaking out."
He's probably right.
He probably was right. Yeah, he probably was right. It's a good point.
It make me feel good.
Well, is it when maybe Jamie would know the answer if she's still watching? Are the doctors that are sort of in training still called residents? Like they're in their residency, so they're sort of doing like a couple years at this hospital, and then they become like staff doctors somewhere. I think that's how it works. But when we were having our daughter, my wife and I were in the hospital. She's having a daughter. She had a lot of health complications, like very, very serious ones. And we would have a doctor come in who's I believe a resident, and they'd say, "Well, we think you should do this. We think you should get this test." And we'd say, "Okay, you're the doctor." And then a different doctor would come in an hour later and say that we shouldn't do that test. We should get another test. And we'd say, "Well, Dr. A said that we should." And they go, "Well, Dr. A, he's not sure." They're literally competing. They're talking shit on each other.
Yeah.
And you're the one who has to hope you get the doctor knows what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. It's like, well, I just wrestled Dr. A and I beat him. So
I won.
Right. So completely ridiculous that you're in that position.
They can still treat patients, but they can still treat patients and order prescription for them. Oh. Listen,
we don't want to online clinicals is probably like watching Pornhub and thinking you're really good at sex. Like you've watched how it's done.
Yeah,
that's my method, man. Back off.
What are you talking about? That doesn't work.
What do you mean that? Yeah.
No.
I've been watching porn all quarantine. I'm gonna come out like an expert. You're like, oh, if that's
so
case,
good at this.
If that's the case, you're the goat of sex, right? So,
I am the Tom Brady of porn.
Well, Tom Brady is not the goat. Fuck off. But we also need to say we're not shitting on any doctors or health professionals. Like I feel for them. Like especially in this time, I saw like an article. They were giving like med school students the opportunity to just be done right away to get to be a doctor.
They did that for nursing school too. They graduated everybody
insane.
Early and go to.
Is that the right?
How much they needed nurses?
Imagine if they did that with pilots. It's like, hey, you guys are halfway through. You guys don't know how to land yet. We really need pilots right now, so we'll talk you through it. How about that?
Yeah, it's one of these. You know what? It comes down to, I think, it's the institutions that are at fault. Like you're right. You don't want to shit on individual people, but institutions, whether it be a hospital, whether it be educational place, a lot of them are more money driven than they are principle driven or success driven. So a lot of them are just, let's get as many people enrolled as we can. Let's give as few scholarships as we can. Let's see what we can churn out of these kids. And whatever happens, happens. And then they have enough insurance that if they fuck things up, whatever, we'll pay for it.
Well, that's why they were saying that they couldn't handle this, was because hospitals are built to make money, not actually treat a large amount of patients.
Right. Yeah, exactly. They're so used to making money for things you don't even need.
Like I know this might make me sound like a socialist.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
But wouldn't it be good to have hospitals that treat the patients when we need them? I don't know.
I mean, you would think.
You'd think.
I mean,
but you know what happens?
I'm not an anti-capitalist pig.
I think in America,
people, our opinions don't matter.
Well, I also think American culture is geared towards elective surgeries. Like, I think if you put us in a situation, even after all of this, after the lessons should be learned, if you said, you know what, we're going to prioritize serious stuff. We're not going to be letting you come in on Tuesday and get a boob job on Wednesday. You can't do this kind of shit. I think there would be massive problems. I think you'd end up with hospitals going out of business.
Yeah.
Because people are going to be so mad. I just think it's like this ingrained thing in American mindsets of like, I want what I want tomorrow.
Right.
And I don't care what anyone says. And even if it's incredibly stupid and unnecessary, I think there's just enough people who live here who think that way that you can't do anything about it.
I mean, I think that way.
We all think that way.
Any inconvenience, I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, a lot of other countries don't have. We were talking about this the other day. Ty and I were talking about this, Paul. That other countries have a completely different mindset, and they have to wonder what's wrong with us a lot. Like, even to the degree of, if you watch any kind of British TV show, right? Anything, movie, TV show, if you go there, all of the cars are like our smallest car. All of them are. Yeah. Maybe there's a Range Rover once in a while, but all of their cars are our tiniest car. You come to America, and if you want to just have a Hummer, you can have one.
Yeah.
You could have an F-350 to tow the trailer that you keep your extra race cars in. You can do all this shit, and there's just, it's not even like you need a special permit or anything. You can just have that.
And a Hummer is a tank without a fucking gun on it.
And you can just fill it with guns.
The dumbest car.
You know, you can fill it with guns, and that's legal too. So I just think, I wonder what other countries think in terms of, I wonder if they're, and there's no way to find this out because no one will admit it, I guess. I wonder if it's a jealousy, in a way, a jealousy thing. I'm just saying, I wonder what it's like to be able to do whatever I want, whenever I want, with no consequence. Or if they look at it as, how can you possibly be so irresponsible? I don't know. Like,
I'll tell you.
What do you think?
When I drove Uber and Lyft in New York, and anytime, especially when we first elected him,
which makes you the
European liaison.
You are
the liaison.
The story is,
ambassador.
You fuck. Is that I picked up a lot of foreign and international people, and right when we elected him, everybody thought it was a joke. Like, everybody from other countries was like, is he really your president, or are you like, is this like a reality TV joke thing you're playing on the rest of the world?
Yeah,
like they couldn't comprehend that we would literally elect this guy.
Yeah,
like they didn't think it was real. Like,
they
the rest
of
the world
that,
was confused.
And they would have had to say that no matter who was elected.
Although I do think
does it sound that bad?
That's what they said, but let's not forget Boris Johnson.
Yeah,
who's their leader? He is Donald Trump, but fucking crazier. So he never had a TV show, but he looks the same. He looks like Donald Trump. His hair is even worse.
Yeah.
And he was going on a tirade about how coronavirus is fake and we need herd immunity. Then he got coronavirus, almost died, and came back and was like, whoa, folks,
my bad.
Was I ever wrong about that virus? Like it's like, dude, that's who you elected. What the fuck?
And then 2 weeks later, he was like, but I think we should do this herd immunity thing. I'm better now.
It's like, where are you getting these people from?
Well, that's what that was my scariest thought, was that he got it and learned. But what if Trump gets it and he's only asymptomatic? Imagine how ridiculous he's going to be.
Oh, God. I don't want to think about that.
He's
going to go so over the top.
He's going to be on TV like, a bunch of pussies. This is nothing. Let's go. Let's open everything.
Did you see the other day? I don't even have Twitter. Someone sent me a link to this Twitter. Did you see that he tweeted the speech from Independence Day? But he put his own... And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, I don't know if I should be proud in a way because my president is so crazy, or if this is shockingly bad because my president is so crazy.
It's crazy.
It's kind of funny sometimes, though. I get mad at myself. I'm like, that's hilarious, though. Like, that's really funny.
That was. I don't follow him on Twitter, so I don't know, and I don't think he has Instagram. But that seemed so out of a movie to me, like that would even happen.
Here's the thing: I'm not a Donald Trump guy, but he's better at comedy than me. Like, he's way better at being a comedian than I'll ever be.
Yeah, George, scroll down a little bit more. It's it'll be obvious when you see it. It's like President Whitmore from
Idiocracy.
Independence.
Idiocracy.
Yeah, oh yeah, President Camacho.
Yeah, that's basically what Trump is.
We just got Bukkake in the building. That's what's dude. Bukkake, an hour and 5 minutes in. You just come with us. You're our like main guy.
Maybe he deleted the tweet because I'm not seeing it now, and George is going.
He only tweets like 1,000 times a day.
Oh, maybe he just tweets so often that it doesn't matter. That it's buried. I mean,
gotta go fake news on Tim.
Fake news, dog.
We gotta go fake news on him.
Doing you ring a bell or something because he's full of shit?
I have the bell, Paul. So
that's so much power.
Oh, you know what?
That's so much power.
It's about time to wrap this boy up.
That's right.
This has been a fast hour.
We didn't did we get to everything we wanted to get to?
I mean, we talked about birds for 40 straight minutes.
Birds were basically all we had on the list.
We talked about birds for a very long time.
And I don't think the masses loved it, but I certainly did.
You know what? This is a show for people who want to be woke to the bird movement. So, make your choices.
At the very least, they will be prepared for when we are re-released. Because these birds are coming. I don't want last time. Won't bring it up after this.
Big beaks.
They've been working during quarantine just like we have. They haven't been resting.
Yeah.
They're gonna be ready for us.
Yes, sir.
See them out there, you see them flying around, you think they're just being cute birds. They're not. They're gathering information constantly. Be prepared, stay woke. Don't trust one bird.
That's right. Thank you.
Paul, how can people find you?
At Paul Sprout on anything. And then if anybody knows Tyler that has that video of him falling down, fucking get at me. I'm trying to get a hold of it.
What? No, dude, there's no way.
I'm getting that video. I'm getting it.
And
anybody has it.
Disclosure agreements have been signed. I will go to court. I will sue everybody.
Get it to me. I will pay your legal fees if you get me that video.
Oh, Paul, you and I both know. You'll get in over your head very quick.
Get it to me. At Paul Sprout.
Okay, we got the professor up there.
Yes, sir.
Fry. I'm at Tyler Rothrock. Our name's right there. We miss Kate. I hate Kate. It's got Nate in it.
See you tomorrow, Kate.
Hopefully, unless she.
And let's not forget, Ty. Tomorrow. Are you hearing an echo right now?
A little bit.
All right. Either way, tomorrow is Movie Wednesday. We have Garrett Smith on from I Like to Movie. The required viewing for anybody out there who wants to be in on the show is Commando, Arnold Schwarzenegger classic. Watch Commando. We're going to be talking about it tomorrow. We're going to talk about everything, top to bottom on Commando. It's a classic movie. You're going to love it. Let the kids watch. It's good for everybody. Movie Wednesday, gang.
Cool. Well, I just saw. Okay, yeah, that's it for us. So yeah, Wednesday's movie. Thursday there might be a beer chug off with Honest Trav. Friday, as we all know, Takeout Friday. Maybe we'll, if it's looking like we might be giving away a gift card.
It's looking good, pal.
It's looking pretty good. Commando, watch Commando tonight. Talk about it tomorrow. Thank you, Paul, for joining us. Kate,
thank you, Paul. Thank you for coming on.
Kate's got some explaining to do. Remember, be careful. Beware of the birds, especially the geese and the ones with the strong necks. You could tell from a distance which ones have strong necks.
Get me that video at Paul Sprout.
Shut up, Paul. Don't get him the video. All right. See you, boys.